What is going on, guys? Carlos here from Live Gaming Paradise. We are back again with another episode of the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Today we are at the Lookout Landing and we're going to do a quest in here that involves getting pictures of 12 monuments. And I'm just going to prepare you. This is going to be probably one of the longest videos I've created. It took 2 hours to record these, and because there's so much to do and so many places to visit, that it just took such a long time, and I made a couple of mistakes along the way, but I tried to shorten it down to 25 minutes, and that is really the lowest, so I can explain to you exactly how I did it and where the locations are. Okay, here we go. So we come to the Lookout Landing. See what's worth is near a monument, and it will give you the quest, which is a side adventure, messages from an ancient era, and we need to go to 12 locations, take pictures of these plaques and bring it to him. All the locations are on Sky Islands, so I'm going to mark all the locations. Obviously there's 12 of them, so I can't really mark them all with those lit up pins. We'll mark half of them with the lit up pins, and then the other half with stars, and then once I do the first 6, then I'll be able to replace the stars with the pins, because it makes it a lot easier, because you can see it on the mini map. Right, if this is the first time you're here, thank you very much for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you're a member or a regular, thank you so much for your support. Really appreciate it. Right, so you come and see him at Kakariko Village now, and he will tell you exactly what you need to do. So you've got 12 locations, no markers, nothing. But the good thing is that the islands are shaped in a specific way, kind of like a flower way, so you'll be able to spot them all. So I'm going to mark them all on a map, and then you'll be able to see what the shape looks like. It looks exactly like this, so you need to mark all of the ones that you see in here. They're going to be 12 of them like that. So if you ever look at how I mark them and where the locations are, then you'll be able to see exactly where you need to go. So you see there's one up to the top now next to the labyrinth, and there's going to be, there's going to be many. Just ever look at the locations where I'm marking them and mark them yourself like this. So you'll see them on a mini map, and do the first 6, and then afterwards do exactly as I do by replacing the stars with another 6, and that's the whole locations. Then you need to bring it to him, and that's going to take a very long time just to show them the 12 pictures. It takes easily, that cutscene runs for at least 7-8 minutes. It is a really long drawn out quest, and I think it's one of the ones that you actually do it as you go along. You don't do them all like I did here. I'm just doing it for the sake of the video. So that's the first 6 here, and now we're gonna go and mark the rest of them with another with the stars, because it's at least I know exactly where they are, and then I will be able to replace the stars with the pins once I use all the pins in the first 6. There's going to be a couple of really tricky ones to try to get to these specific islands, because they're well above the tallest island that you can get into. But I will explain you the best way to get there. It was quite a long drawn out process, but it does work, and there's only a couple like that. You just have to be aware that some of them will just collapse as you step on them, and they will fall to the earth. But if you open your camera quickly, you don't really need to go down to the land to take the photo of the plaque. You can just do it in midair, and those ones are accepted as well. So there's another one right here, and we're getting really close to the end. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Yeah, there we go. So we got all 12 marks. So let's go to the wind. Next to the wind temple, it's got Elgato Shrine. So you need to go there so we can get our first one. And Elgato Shrine is one of the shrines that we've done previously. If you haven't got this shrine, then you're going to need to find a way to get up here. The shrine location is on my YouTube channel. I've got all the shrines and shrine quests, so if you need any help with any shrines that you see here, you'll be able to find them there. It's quite cold in here, so you need to just make sure that you dress something appropriate. And then we're going to go over to the top in here and right to the side on this area in here, and we're going to jump off from here to get to the red pin. That's what we're doing today. There's a chest in here if you want to grab it. I quickly grabbed it. I probably shouldn't, because this is not about this chest, but I just can't see anything unopened and not open it myself. It is one of those things in this game. So right, when you're ready, you can see that the island that we're going to is right down there. It's like it's got like a flower shape to it. Also, I sped up most of the gliding to where the island is. It takes a very long time and it's time consuming. It makes the video a lot longer, so you know, I cut that out and I just put like the landing parts and like the leaving part, so you know where I'm going and you know how to get there. But all the middle bits I've just kind of like sped up. I didn't cut them out, I just sped up. So you need to do this. You need to take a picture of all the monuments. So we've got 1 now, 11 to go, many more, and it's just going to take such a long time. Right, so the second one is going to be this one in here. So we need to go to the North Lome Castle top floor. Again, all of these shrines are on my channel, so if you have any difficulties with any of the shrines, then go do a search on my channel and you'll be able to find them all. Right, with this one we need to go to the back of the shrine, and then we need to glide over to where the island is, right at the back of the shrine. And because we're in 0G initially, we don't lose too much altitude, so you should be able to get here really easily. There's some of them that you be gliding for 5 or 6 minutes. Is ridiculous. Some of them you need Zonai devices. There is no way that you're going to be able to make it without it. So just make sure you stock up on some rockets and on some base platforms or balloons or something like that, with fire emitters if you can. It's some of them is just unavoidable, and some of them you're going to need extra stamina as well. So right, with that one done, we're going to go to the Mayam shrine and we're going to go do the yellow one now, and there's 10 left to go. So here we go. So from here we're going to go and glide over to where the island is, which is going to be the yellow one. So it's going to be you just have to guide yourselves by the mini map, and see exactly where the yellow island is, and then you just jump towards there, and you should be able to get to it. Some of them are going to be higher, but I will tell you which ones are going to be higher. So just jump over towards this one, and I think this is the first one that we get to that the middle collapses, like the center of the flower island will collapse, and you just go down. And as you can see, I was not expecting this. In here you can actually open your camera and the platform will stop from falling, so you'll be able to kind of like do it in midair. You don't have to go down to the depths, but obviously I didn't know that, so I had to follow it right all the way to the depths in order to take a picture of the monument. But yeah, you can do that. Just make sure that you prepare your camera before getting into that center bit on every single monument. Just make sure that you do that. You prepare your camera, open it, and then you'll be able to freeze everything momentarily, and you'll be able to take the picture in midair. So you won't need to chase any more down. I made that mistake with this one, and that was the only one that I did the mistake with. Right, let's go to the water temple now, and we're gonna go at the back of the water temple. We're gonna go and do another one of these plaques. So you need to kind of like jump. It's 0G in here, so we're really high at the moment. So you need to jump and go to the back, and as you can see, this one is quite far away, so you need to make sure that you've got enough stamina to get you here. But it should be okay. You shouldn't need more than the 2.5 wheels of stamina. So if you just started the game, obviously you're not going to have that, so you need to get some elixirs that enhance your stamina. Right, this one again, you see I'm being very careful every time I jump in now, because I was not expecting it to fall off from the center. So you need to make sure that you do that as well. Right, we're gonna go to do another one of these things, and we can go to the Kadauna shrine, and we're going to glide over to where this one's going to be. which is going to be another one that is below the level of the island that you are jumping from. Right, so now we're going to go to the direction of the pink pin. So if you've done all of the pins in the same sequence as I did, mark them exactly like I did, then it's going to be the pink pin now. And don't forget the sand islands in here. There's quite a few of them in here. So we're going to go in that general direction. There's going to be like a rock in here. You can just sit on it, recover your stamina, and then go to the flower island. This island's center is not going to collapse, so you should take your time, and you should be all right with this one. Just make sure that you take the picture. And I think that makes 5 of them that we've got now. So we've got a 7 to do. Yeah, that looks like it. That looks like it's 5 that we've got. So let's go to the next one, and that one is going to be the last of these pins in here. So we need to go over to the Jiratugumak shrine, and from there we are inside of this orb. So what I did was I stopped this wheel from spinning here, so we can get like a way of ascending to the top, because we're very, very far away from it. So I just decided to get this wheel to kind of like stop, and like that I'll be able to get the orb to spin around, and we'll be able to kind of like ascend. If you get close to the edge in here, you should be able to ascend to the side, exactly like I'm going to do. I will just show you in a second. I was looking for a place where I could ascend to, and there is a place. Here we go. Is right here. So you just have to like kind of like ever feel for it and see if you can find a spot that you can ascend to, and then you'll be on the outside of the orb. And this is exactly where we want to be, and we're going to go and face the other way. We need to go where the blue pin is, and that is exactly there. And shouldn't need any stamina to, or almost any stamina to get there. So you should be okay to go into and take another photo. As you can see, the middle is going to collapse on this one, and I'm going to open my camera and take a picture in midair, and that is it. That's how I done it, and that picture is acceptable. And now you can just glide and go to the next location, or go to the shrine on the next location in midair. So you should be okay. But this one doesn't go into the gloom. This one actually falls on land, but you would need to go down and take another picture. So it's probably better to do it like this: open it in midair, take the picture, and then that's it. So you got 6 of them now. So we need to do another 6. We're gonna need to go to the map and the sky, and this is when I decided to change all the pins to the colored ones that you can see on the mini map. So just make sure that you do the exact same way as I did, so you'll have the pins and the colors in the exact same position, because like that I'll be able to guide you through and tell you exactly what you need to do and when you need to do it. And we're going to do it all in the same kind of like sequence as well, so it will be much easier to follow this walkthrough if you do it like I do. So we've got all the pins now, the last remaining 6, so we're halfway there now. We're going to start at the one on the far right, the red pin. So we need to jump from the Asamin shrine, and that's going to be the one that it's closest to that red pin in terms of like altitude, because you need to glide there, and the other one is the other island next to it is too low, so you won't be able to do it from there. And then we're going to need to go to the top, so use your ascend power. We're going to look for a platform that we can go underneath, and kind of like you probably have to do it in stages, because there's going to be like platforms above it, but you can just keep on doing it until you get to the top. And that's where we're going to jump from in order to reach that island. And even then you're going to need some stamina enhancing foods, or if you've got some elixirs, you're going to need that as well, if you've got that. And if not, then you're going to need to make some, or at least you should have some food that will enhance your stamina temporarily. I had to drink one of the elixirs in order to get to the island, because it's a very, very, very long way away. As you can see right there, it's so far away. So I used all my stamina and didn't get me there. I had a tiny little bit of stamina on the yellow wheel, that didn't get me there. Look how far it actually is. So you really need, there is no other way of doing these. apart from eating some food that will enhance your stamina. So you can I chose to do this one, and that will fill all my stamina up. And like that I was able to get there, but it took me a very long time, and I went from island to island to try to work out a better way of doing this, but I just couldn't find a better way. This is the only way I could find on how to do this. And the center will collapse as well, just like it is so hard to get here. You would have expected that to be the challenge, but obviously no, they want to make it even harder for you and collapse the center. So the center will go down in land, so it's not an issue, but it's annoying. Right, so we're going to go to the purple pin now, and in order to do that, you go to the Rebella Wetland Skyview Tower, and you just jump from there, and what we can do is glide over to the waterfall on this circular island. It's not going to be enough to get you to where we need to go, because these are the two most difficult ones, if I'm not mistaken. This one is really above anything that is around. As you can see, it's right there. So I couldn't find an island that I can glide into that was high enough to get me there. So what I did was I came to this waterfall in here, on this circular island in here, and I changed to the Zora armor, so I can swim up the waterfall. Hopefully you will have this, because if you haven't, then it's going to be then you won't be able to do it like this. And I don't think there's any other way of doing it, because everything else is just way too far to come down here, or not high enough. So when we get in here, we need to use some Zonai devices as well. So you need to get some lift in order to be high enough to glide over to the island. So go to the waterfall with your Zora suit, and then what we're going to need to do is get a few things out, and we're going to go and put up a contraption. So a couple of rockets. I got 3 out, and then there's like a slab. As you can see in here, you don't need the balloon. I put the balloon in there because I thought I might do it with the balloon only without the rockets, but then I realized it might not work, so I might as well just do the rockets now. So 3 rockets, a little cart with wheels. If you want to do it like that, you can just use like one of those wing devices as well. It doesn't really matter what you use, as long as it's like flat. And then you just attach the rockets like this. This is how I did it anyway. Climb on top of the car, and then just strike the rockets, and it should give you enough lift to get above that island, and then they will collapse, and you can just glide over to where the island is. And that's how I done this one. You know, like there might be other ways of doing it. This is why I told you that you need some Zonai devices, because or else it's going to be very difficult to do this without them. So prepare your camera. And then we're going to jump down, and the center will collapse. So just take a picture in midair, and here we go. We are ready to go to the next one, so you won't need to follow it down. You can just take the picture in midair. Right, we got the yellow pin now, and for the yellow pin I went to the Room of Awakening, and from there I decided to just go into this little chamber where there's got some roots in it, and kind of like ascend all the way to the top of the island. So if you come over to this area here, some of the routes won't allow you to do it, but some of them will. You just have to feel for it, again like we did inside that orb. And we're going to go all the way to the top. There's going to be a couple of stops along the way, but you will eventually end up on the top of the island. So, and that's where we're going to glide off to the next location. But in this one, it was really funny. I was looking for an island to be really above the one that I'm in, and I was thinking, okay, hang on a second, I can't see anything above me. So this one is actually really low to the ground. You know, you can kind of like just jump, and you're gonna have to like let go of your paraglider all the way down, because it's so low. And I didn't even realize that some of them were like this. So you just have to keep on gliding towards the location of the yellow pin, and then right above it, just drop down, and the location of this island is going to be right here, you know, really really low to the ground. It is the only one that is like this, and the center won't collapse, so you can just quickly go there and take another photo of it, and that's pretty much it for this one. Right, let's go over to the next location now, and that's going to be on the left hand side in here. There's 3 more to go only, so not much more to go, but it does take a very long time to complete all of these. So we are Ginodok Shrine, and we need to now glide our way to the green pin. So we need to go all the way from the shrine, and the easiest way I found to do this one is just to step onto this platform here, that, you know, this kind of like switch that's kicking you out. If you just step towards it, and then you get enough lift, and you'll be able to glide to the island, which is going to be right here. So it's not far from the island where the shrine is, but because if you're gliding directly without going to that switch, it might not give you enough lift to get here. Tooling would help a lot as well. So here we go. So 2 left to go. So we're going to go to the bottom one down here now. And for this one, I went to the Siamatsu Shrine, which is in another one of these mazes, you know, that you get, labyrinths. But this one, you have to construct something in order to give you a little bit of lift so you can get to the island, because it's the island is I think a little bit above the one that we're on. So we need to create something else to try to give us a little bit of lift in order to get there. That's the best I can put it. So get a few things out. The island's going to be there. So it's on the same level, but obviously you lose altitude. At the moment we are in 0G, but we won't be in 0G for very long. So we need to kind of like try to get as much lift as possible so we can get to that island as well. So you get I just put 2 rockets in one of these trays. It's the only thing that I had around, and then just struck them. And as you can see, we're going to be quite above that island now. So you just need to jump and glide over to where the island is, and you should be okay. This one is not very difficult. So just prepare your camera now, and we're going to go jump inside and take another picture of this tablet. The center will collapse on this one, so just make sure that you just freeze it in midair and take a picture of it, and then you should be okay. And then you can just go to the final location. It takes such a long time to do all of these because of all the different places that you have to go into. This is what I'm thinking, that you do these as you go along. You kind of like go to a specific island and then do something else. But yeah, it does take a long time. So we go to that location. We need to ascend to the top of this orb, exactly like we did in the first one. I just spared you the part of the video where I'm looking for a way to ascend to here. Basically, you just have to look around and find a way to ascend to the top of the orb, and then we're going to go and glide to the island, which is much lower than the orb anyway, so it's not going to be a very big problem for you to get there. It is far, but not far enough that you would spend all your stamina. So it's right down here, so you need to come and to this location, then you just drop down and get to where the final tablet is. You're in 0G all the way, so you don't lose too much altitude either. So you can just take your time and get to where the tablet is. Prepare your camera. I don't know if this is going to be one of the ones that the center will collapse, but yeah, most of them are like these, that the center will collapse. So just be aware of it and prepare your camera before you actually go on to take the picture. Right, so now it's time for us to go back to Kakariko Village finally. I can't believe that we've done all of these. It's just so many. The video is running for like 23 minutes. It's incredible, just the amount of time that it took me to voice over these and to record all of these. It's just such a long video. Hopefully I won't get many like this because I really don't like to voice over such long videos. So when you're ready, you're going to go over to Wordsworth, and he's going to be, or Wordsworth, and he's going to be really happy that you got all the 12 tablets, and he will give you a reward for it. And he will make you an honorary guest of this society. discovering all these monuments and translating them. So it's a really fun quest, but very lengthy. So I guess this is it for this one, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you did like this video, or if this video helped you, please give us a like, consider subscribing so I can continue releasing more content like this. I'll be back again with some more Tears of the Kingdom very soon. So thanks again for watching. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.